Let's start up a brand new project together. That this is the new project that I create, and in the main dot we're gonna see the Flutter counter app, which is provided from the Flutter. And first of all, we're gonna run the our emulator. After we run the emulator success, let run the our first app first, build the our project. And after its success, and we're gonna clean up some code and start up. So right now our app is running successfully. So let's clean up some code, and we need to set up some basic configuration. And I want to explain you in this main purpose in this video. We not connect our app to the RESTful API. We're not fetching the data from the RESTful API. We're gonna have the mock-up data that I created already, and we gonna download it and put it in our project. And we just mock up the our JSON file and read the data as like our read from the RESTful API. And also we have the some images, and you can get this from the GitHub that I will put the link in the description. You can click it and download it and put it in your project. First of all, you can click the link that I put in the description, and you can click on code and download the zip file. After you download the zip file, you can compress that file and put it in your project. So after you compress that file, we have the two folder, which is the assets and the core folder. For the asset folder, we put on the top of our project, which is the same as the lib folder. And for the core folder, we need to put it in our lib folder because it's contain our style and also the some basic configuration. So if you look at our asset folder, I will put it in the our Sushi demo app folder. Gonna move the file into it and delete the what is folder. Right now, we remove our asset folder that not take inside. If you extract it and then you just put it in the asset folder. In the asset folder, we have two folder. For the first folder is the dummy data. That is the JSON file. That is our product JSON, and we will read data from here. And for the sushi folder, is the folder that contain the image. You can click see, yeah, we will use this image in our project. And we go to our core folder that it has three folder. For the first folder is the error folder that I just created the simple failure class. And in our team app, this is the place where we gonna set up the default color or any theme. So we will in our app team, we have we separate the theme color into another folder, which is called the app theme, and we will get the Google font later. So let's just add our Google font. So after we import our Google font in the pubspec.yaml file, our code not error anymore. And if you look at our app theme, we have the static theme data, which is we use the font family Noto Sen, and we don't like the matrix 3. We use it to 4, and the bright is the light, and we set the background color, scaffold background color, that the color come from our app color. If you look at our app color, is the color that we specific the color that we pick from our design. So and in our app theme style, we use elevation to 0, and the icon color is the color black that we got from the app color, and the background color also the background color that we get from the app color that we set default. And our app text, this is the class that we call the app text, and it's extend from the text widget that the default from the Metairie app. And first of all, let Flutter propagate to inject the our app team with the text. And in the util folder, we have the app value. We have to set up the basic app margin, app padding, and the app radius. And we're gonna call this class to use in the our project. So let's go back to the our main folder. First step of all, we're gonna clear the our file, make our file click look nice. So I'm gonna create the new folder, which is the page folder, and let's create the home page folder or just separate. And it is the stateless widget, which is we call home page, and it return a scaffold. So let's just leave it an empty scaffold like that. We just focus set up the main folder. Just focus set up the main.dat. So we're gonna call the our app team from the team app team that in the call folder. We call the app team.team.data. Yes. After like this, if we running the our app, we're gonna see the default color and also the default app theme that we set in the our theme data. So right now it our app is still an empty scaffold because we not implement the our UI yet. So let's install some folder that we're gonna need to use in the our project, which is the first of all, we're gonna use the block as a state for the our app, and the .c for the function programming, where we're gonna use the either and the pretty block observer, which is tracking the our block instance that we're gonna create. And the last one is the get it for the dependency injection. So we're gonna have a lot of design pattern that we can get from the get it. So let's just enter it, and it's gonna be called install the our folder with that we're gonna need. Right now we get the folder, the pancakes, and just close it and close the main file. So let's just really hard reload the our app. So nothing changed. I put this link dribbble in the description that you can get it in the description below. So for the first step, we're gonna build the our homepage. This is the our homepage that we don't need to build the get special account and the image like this. We just let's say the welcome section that we're gonna say some text that we welcome the customer. And the second section is the popular food that we got this product from the our JSON data and we display it. So let's go to our code and let's build the our UI. So first of all, we're gonna brainstorm what we are gonna do. So if you look at our UI design, we have the app bar, and I'm gonna change the bell icon to the shopping icon that we add the item to the cart, and it will appear the number and the rate paint on the top of the shopping cart. And for the first section is the welcome section and the product section. So let's take a note on our app. For the app bar, we have the title and the shopping icon where we add the item to the cart. And if you click on the shop icon, we're gonna navigate to the cart item page. And the second step, we're gonna have the welcome section. And the last one is the product section. So first step, we're gonna build our app bar. So let's call the app bar property that have default from the our scaffold, and we have one property which is the center, which is true, and we have the title, which is it's an return in the widget. So we're gonna call the our app text dot gonna use the large one. Oh, first of all, we need to import it from the our core folder. If you don't know where is the app text, we can look at here. We have the some basic data for the decoration, font weight, and the color, and some decoration. So we just build it right there. We can call the constructor to use it in any place in our project. So let's go back to our home page, and we're gonna use the large one. Let's just say sushi restaurant. So run and we have the action property, which is take a list, and we have the icon button. For the on bridge, just leave it in empty. For the icon, let's choose the icon dot stopping. Yes, after we have reload, we're gonna see the sushi restaurant and the our icon appear right now. So we need to set to build the pane for the icon that on top of the icon, because if we add item to the cart, it will appear the number of the item into the our cart. So we need to build the our pane manually. So first step, we're gonna wrap the our icon button with the column and we change it to stack, and we use the position, and the our child is the container, which is have the width 20 and the height 20, and we have the one property, which is the decoration and the block decoration to the. So let's use the color property, which is the color dot red. I use the color dot red, and the border radius, we're gonna use border radius of circular, and we use 10, multiply the our width and height by 2, so with 10, and the our child is the uptake dot small that we're gonna display the number. For the font weight, let's use the font weight dot bold, and the color, which is the our app color dot white. We need to import it and change it to white. After we hard reload, we're gonna see that our pane will appear on the our icon. Let's just move it to the right, and the top is which is the 0 and the right is which is the 4, and we hard reload it. So right now our text is aligned on the right side, and in the align, let's make it on the center. We have one property, which is alignment. We can set it to the center. To make it look clean in the our home page, I'm gonna create a new folder, which is the widget folder. We're gonna store all the simple widget right here. I'm gonna create a new folder, which is gonna call that card.paint.dat. Oh, sorry, I'm put the wrong name. That, and we're gonna copy our code with the stateless widget. I'm gonna call card paint and copy our stack widget into that. And we format make it clean and import the needed folder. Go to our icon. Because our item is dynamic, we're gonna provide it from the constructor that outside from our hardware. So I'm gonna call the item. Yes, it is the name item, and the function we also do it outside of this widget too. So I'm gonna call function, and it's the on tab function, and it is the required function. So the item also is the required, and just call it right here, and the on type function. So at the card band, if the our item is, I'm gonna put the logic, if the item is bigger than 10, it will have the only 9 plus. So I will write this one for you. I'm gonna say if the item it's bigger than 9, I'm gonna return the 9 plus. If the item is not bigger than 9, we're gonna return the item dot to string. Return the item that is not bigger than 9. So we're gonna call that get valid value in the right here, and we pass that our item. So let's go back into our homepage, and in the action, we're gonna call our card band that we just customized. So let's just mock up the simple data, and we're gonna put the logical layer after we design our UI done. So right now we done on the our app bar section. Next section, let's build our welcome section. So in the welcome section, let's separate it into the widget folder. So I'm gonna create a new file. I'm gonna call it welcome section. And it's the stateless widget, and I'm gonna call welcome section. And first of all, we're gonna return the app text.large. And let's just call our welcome section in our home page and let's see what happened. Let's import our welcome section. Our welcome section is in the our body, which is take the column, and we're gonna call welcome section right here. And if we reload our app, we see that our welcome section is appear. So let's give it some padding. For our padding, we're gonna use the symmetric, and for the horizontal, we're gonna call our app padding, which we're gonna use the default padding. Also, the vertical, we're gonna use the same. If you don't know where this come from, this is come from our util code folder, that our default padding is 16. And if we reload, we see that some padding is appear right now. And if we go back to our welcome page, let's say we're gonna say welcome to the sushi fold and find your sushi you like the most. And for the font size, let's use 20. For the font weight, we're gonna use the bold and the font family. Let's use the Google font that we got from the Google font. Use the not notosive font family right here. This. So if we reload our app, we're gonna see that our text is changed, the font family and the font weight is changed. So right now we're done on our welcome section. So the next section is the product section. So also the same as the product section, we're gonna separate it from our homepage. I'm gonna create a new file, which is the product section, into our widget folder. And it's the stateless widget, and I'm gonna call it product section. So let's call our product section into our homepage. And let's import it. And if you reload, yep, nothing changed. And we go back to our product section. We're now gonna return the column. And in the column, we have the title. Gonna call our app text.large, and we say the popular sushi. And if we reload, we're gonna see our title is appear right now. And let's give it some padding. I'm gonna give the padding, which is the symmetric. For heroes horizontal, we're gonna call our app margin, which is the default. And if you reload, we see the padding is applied right now. And for the list view of our product, we're gonna use the grid view. I'm gonna call grid view.builder. And we need to specify the grid delegate. Let's use the silver grid delegate count with fix, yes. And we're gonna provide the cross-axis count. For the cross-axis count, we're gonna use 2. We need only 2 columns. For the spacing, let's give it the age and the main axis spacing, also the egg, and the child aspect ratio. We're gonna use 1 multiplied by 1.2. And we need to give the builder our builder. Let's just return a container which is have the color. we just give the color amber, just the mockup. If we hold reload, you see the error is appear because we need to use the string wrap equal to true and the physical scroll view, and we use never scroll physical, and the item count, let's just give it 3 right now, and we need to go back to our home page, and for the upper body we need to wrap it with the single chart scroll view for the scrolling. And if we hold reload, nothing changed yet. Let's give the our container with the child with the uptech.medium. If we hold the below the our app container is appear right now, it's 3 item which we give it the static. We're gonna build the our product item card and see how it's cool, looks cool. You can play around with this value. If you use 3, it's gonna be have this 3 column. So for the our design, we just use only 2, and you can give it some spacing. If you don't like the 8, you can give it more. Just an example. Yep. Well, right now let's build the our product item. So for the our product item, we're gonna have the padding, which is the for 10 right now. Let's just give it the decoration for the box decoration. We need to go to remove the our color outside and put it inside. For the color, let's use the app color, our app color. Let's import the our app color. Use the app color.y. If you hold reload, color is appear. We need to give it some border radius. For the border radius, we're gonna give it 24. If we hold reload, you see our card is radius right now, but heck, it's not aligned at the start. Let's use the cross-axis element for the row column. Gonna use cross-axis main.start for the align to the left. And let's give it some padding for the our item. In the grid view, let's use the vertical one. For the up, we're gonna give just the only 10. Oh, sorry for the up padding, not the up dot padding 10, and we can understand. So in the our container, we need to wrap it with the stack, which is the our, because we need to put the star rate on the top of the top right and the our image and the title on the bottom. So let's just call the image.asset, and we will specify the letter, and for the width we gonna call the border. If you need it take the full space of the width, and the height we just give it only 100, and it's throwing error because we don't have an image yet. Just mock up the our image. We just go to select point role and right click on it, and we just copy the relative part, and we go back to our product and pass it. If we hold reload, we're gonna see the image be wrong the syntax. If we hold reload, we're gonna see the image is appear. Our image is in the wrong part. Oh, we need to go to the pub.spec.yaml file and open the asset. We forget that's one. We need to open the our asset and open the our asset folder, which is the inside the asset and the sushi class. And we need to get the our image. We just clean it and we get it again. So if we hold reload the our app, we will see the image will appear. Image is appear right now, just the mockup. We will give it dynamically with the our constructor. So the next widget is the text. We're gonna say the alignment, and we use for the shell, we use the column. Because we have the right tag and the name tag. So for the tag, we're gonna use the app logic, and gonna use the special character, which is the money character, and the price just mock up right now. We're gonna make it dynamic later. For the font size, we're gonna give it 24, and the font weight, which is the 400, 900, sorry. And for the icon button, we're gonna use the just the icon dot shopping cart. So let's see if we have reload it. The our tag is aligned on the center. Let's give it to the bottom. We're gonna use the alignment and the alignment dot bottom center. We need to in the column we need to call the main axis dot size with minimum, and for the minimum by minimum I will give the color to you. For the just the practice, if you have reload, the our column is take the minimum spacing. If we don't use it, it will take the vertical spacing. And just remove that. We just mock up for the testing. So our tag is up here, and we need to give the our item to the row, because also for the our icon is also in the row. And in the row, we need to main axis alignment dot space between to take the our icon to the left, and the tag for the tag with the left and the icon stopping at the right. So let's see if the our number is more a lot, it will overflow. We need to wrap the our text with the flexible widget to avoid the our overflow. So if you reload, the our price is not overflow right now, and you just remove it. The our money not a lot of like this. So one more thing is the our sushi name. We're gonna call the our tag dot large on the top of the our row, and just mock up like this. There's our tag is up here right now. For the column, we also cross axis alignment dot start to give the our tag to align to the left. So right now our tag is up here right now. We need to make this our UI is look dynamic. Let's just separate the our product item card to the another widget. We're gonna right click on the container, use click on the refactor, and with the refactor the our widget. I'm gonna call it product item card, and I'm gonna create the new folder in the widget. I'm gonna call product card, product item card dot that, and go back to and copy the our product card into that widget, and import the our folder. So for the image, we're gonna pass the image part, which is the string, and for the type for the name of the our sushi also pass outside, and the price and the shopping cart function that we can click, we also pass outside. So I'm gonna create a variable, some variable. And we have the for variable, which is the image part, title, price, and the function on tab. So we're gonna require all this from the constructor. And pass it to the our image. And the title, the price, and the last one is the our on top function. So one more thing is the item that available in the our cart. We're gonna change the icon shopping cart outline to the shopping cart that is bold. So we need to create a new variable, which is gonna call the boolean, and let's say is edit. By default, it's gonna be equal to false. And we check on the our icon. If the item is added to our cart already, we're gonna use another icon, which is the icon dot shopping cart. So our product item is finalized good, and if we close it, and we need to pass some, we need to import the our product item and specify the our property. Right now our function not do anything yet, and the our image part also not do anything yet. We just pass the markup image. We will fetch it later. So by default, if we pass it to true, the our icon is it's in the color background black color. So right now we build the our production already, and it's look a little bit nice. But one more thing, we have the rating. So we go back to our product item and add the rating. For the rating, we need to call the position because we need to give it the rating on the top right. So let's use the row column, but let's use the row widget. And in the row, we have the icon star. Sorry, we don't have the color orange. We just do the material color, which is the color orange. And the size of the widget, which is 16. If you hard reload, we see the our star is not a star, it's a star, sorry. Star. If we hard reload, we see the our star is appear on the left, but we need to take it on the right. We give it the right equal to 0, and the top is equal to 0. Yep. And the text is the our text rating. Let's just mock up for 1 star right now. For the font weights, we're gonna give it bold. And let's give it some padding. We're gonna give the type box with the width 4 to 4. And we need to create a new variable for the our rating. So I'm gonna give it the rating, name rating, and it's required from the constructor, and pass it in the our text. And we go back to our production and provide the our rating. Right now we done on the our product item and product section. So next step we build the our cart page. So let's go to our cart page. First of all, we need to create a new page which is in the our page folder. I'm gonna call it cart page. And let's just give it the stateless widget. I'm gonna call the cart page and return an empty scaffold. And on the our homepage is we click on the cart page. We're gonna navigate to the our cart pages. I'm gonna call the navigator.context and to navigate to the our cart page. So if we click on the our cart item, we navigate to the our cart page right now, and the our cart page is empty. So let's give it the our up bar. For the title, let's call the our app text.large, and the title is the art code. Yes, let's say something like that. So if you look at the our UI design, we don't need to build the our detail page. If you want to build, you can build it, but I'm skip to the card folder. So I'm gonna create the cards page look the same as the our UI design. We just don't need the I'm not implement the promotion code, and we just implement the our card item which is have the title, price, and we can add the quantity and minus the quantity. So let's go into the our code and build it together. So in the our code for the our part body, we just simply build the list view, which is the our part item. So for the item count, let's just mark up for true, and the physical scroll view, let we always can scroll the list. So I'm gonna use always scrollable. For the item, we're gonna return the container, just a mock up. And just a mock up. So our list view is there. Let's just give it some padding. I'm gonna use the default one. So to make our UI look clean, I'm gonna separate the card item into the our widget. So I'm gonna create a new widget and call it card item card. The dot, and it's the stateless widget, and let's call it card item card. And it's returned on a card widget. And for the elevation, just give it to 0. For the shape, we gonna give it one rectangle. For the property border radius, and let's just give it border radius dot texturer, and just only check. If we call the our item card in the our card page, we will see what happened, and we need to import it. So nothing changed yet because we will not yet give it the child. In the child, we're gonna give it the role because we have the image, we have the title and the item in the our role. So for the first item is the container widget for the width 60 and the height 60, which is the our image. For the box decoration, we also provide the border radius of texture on the sec, and the color we're gonna call the our app color dot gray. We need to import the our app. It's the dot light gray. And for the our child, it's the image part, which is the widget image. And for the fit, we're gonna call box fit dot power. Oh, sorry, dot fit dot high. If we are reload, our image is not in the specific part, so just give it this mock-up image and we will replace it right there. If you hard reload our app, you will see the our image is appear right now. So right now we have the image, and let's just give some padding to the our role. For the padding, let's use the symmetric, and for the horizontal, let's give it 10. Also the same as the vertical, just only 10 is well enough. Yep, our padding is added. So we need to give the padding for the image too because we crop it in a little bit. So let's just give it only 4. Yep, our main container looks very nice. So for the next item is the our title. I'm gonna use expand for avoid the our overflow text. In the expand, we're gonna have the container. In the container, we have the padding, which is the only the left to give it some padding from the our image and the title. And we have the child, which is the column. So in the our column, we have two property, two widget, which is the our text, title, and the row. In the our row, we have the widget, which is the minus and plus the our item. So in the row, we're gonna use the flexible for avoid the our overflow. For the child, I just large, which is the our price. I'm gonna call the just the markup. And another widget is the also the row for the our minus and plus. So we need to tap on it. I'm gonna use the equal that provides the our on type property. And the child is the icon, which is the our icon main plus. If we hard reload, we see that our icon increase is not aligned at the end. So in our container for the our column that just cross assist alignment to the send to the start, and the row we gonna give the main assist alignment dot space between. So right now we have the on tab for the plus, and also we have another one which is the remove or remove the item from the list. And on the middle we have the text, which is the text.large, and say the quantity. Let's give it the markup just to overview, and let's give it some padding. Also the remove one, because the our button just used only two in this example, I'm not separated into the widget. Let's give some spacing between the our quantity. So I'm gonna give the size box which is with 4 and the for the start and the end of the our text. Our button I can click right now. So let's give it the border. I'm gonna change to the container for the box decoration that we can decorate the our style. So in the box decoration we have one property which is the our border. I'm gonna call border.all and give it some color. Let's use color.gray. And if you hard reload, it's a little bit bigger. Let's just give the padding a little bit small, and just give the opacity dot only 0.2. So let's just give some border radius. For the border radius, just give it to 6. Also in the our in up equal, we also give the border radius 6 also. And just copy the our decoration and pass it in the our -2. So our UI is a little bit cute right now. Let's make it dynamic, and we pass the our data from the our constructor. So we need to create some variable for the title, for the price, for the function minus and remove, for the image, and pass it by constructor. All data is required. And call it in the our widget. Oh, we have another one, which is quantity. So if we go back to our card, we need to specify the property. Our function not do anything yet. Let's just mock up some data. We will come back and do it when we pick the data from the JSON file. So let's just use the mock-up image. Yeah, if we hard reload, our card is look clean. And for the next step, we're gonna build the bottom. If you look at our UI, we're gonna build the our payment button for the total price and the placeholder item. So in our scaffold, we have the one property, which is our bottom navigation bar. Let's custom this one for our widget. So I'm gonna create a new folder, which is called the bottom bar. In our bottom bar, I'm gonna create a stateless widget. I'm gonna call bottom bar. In our bottom bar, return a container. And for the width, we're gonna give infinite, take the full space, and the height. For by default, we have one property which is called bottom navigation bar height, which is give the default from our Flutter package. It's 56. So if we go back to the bottom bar in our child, we have the row. In our row, we have the column, 5 column, because we need to specify the price and also the text, which is our total price. And to avoid the overflow, we need to wrap our column with the flexible widget. Always use the flexible widget to avoid our text overflow. And the one item in the row is the elevation button or the placeholder button. Let's give the color to white. If we format our text, it looks like this. And we call the our text button in our card page. If we hard reload that, we see that our bottom bar is not like our UI design. So we're gonna custom it. So let's go to that bottom bar. Good right now, and we go back to that and give it some decoration. For the color, let's use color.y and import our package. So let's give the border radius the circular dot only, which is the top left and the top right. For the top left and the top right, we're gonna use the radius the circular only 16. But our icon looks not clean. Just give it some style. For the style, let's use the elevation button dot style from, and we don't need the elevation. Just give it to 0. For the background color, we're gonna use our color dot btn color, which is the button color is the black, and give it some padding. For horizontal is 16 and the vertical is 12. Let's just give it some font size. Let's give it to 20, and the font weight is the font weight dot 900 to a little bit bold. Also in the total price, let's give color dot black, and the font weight is dot bold. And in the row for the main axis alignment, we're gonna give it space between. And let's just give it some padding. Just give the elbow button some border radius. We have one property which is shape and the rounded rectangle and the border radius and the border radius dot circular and 20. If you want to reload, our button is radius right now. let's pass the our total price and the function button outside from the bottom navigation bar. So right now our code page is look a little bit clean, and we're gonna use the Flutter block to manage the state, and we will see that the control flow, that how we can fetch the dummy data from the JSON file, and we manage the our folder, which is the our block API service and the repository. In the last section, we done on building the our UI. In this section, we're gonna read the data from the dummy JSON data that we create that inside the asset and the dummy data, which is the product.json file. So here's the data we got from we just mock up this data, and we need to read this data and provide it to the block, and block provide it to the our UI and react to the our state. So first of all, we're gonna create the API service. So I'm gonna create a new folder which is called API service. So inside the API service, we have the API service dot. And to get the data from the dummy data product.json file, we create the abstract class which is the product service. So in the our abstract class, we're gonna mock up the function that we're gonna fetch the our product from the our product.json file and use it and implement it to the our child. So in the future function, we need to return the model of the our product. So to convert the our product JSON file to the our model, we need to convert the our product JSON file to the our model product model, we need to copy that the object of the our product, and we go to the browser, and here is the website that easily convert from the JSON to that. Plus, and we have the lot of property, which is the generate to JSON, copy it to string, always use the num for the number, and use equal, use the default value, and if you like any you can click on it, and I'm gonna name it product. So our product is the sushi product. So if we click on generate, I don't like the to JSON file, I just need the from JSON to convert the our product, and it equal. So right now we convert the our JSON to the product and just copy the code and go to the our project, and I'm gonna create the new folder which is the model folder, and inside the model we have the product.model.dat and pass the our code, and we need to import the equectable. So let's open the terminal and say flutter pub.add and say flutter pub.add equectable equatable and enter. So we import the equectable already, and so right now we have the product model, and the product model is and if you go to API service, and we need to return the list of the product. So we return our product list, and we have another class which is the product implement API service implement that stand from our product API. So we do like this. So if we have another function or have another RESTful API, we can change to the another class and just extend our product API. We got the override the get product. So in the get product, is a asynchronous function, and to get the data from the product.json, we need to try catch. So in the try catch, we need to read the data from the our product.json. So we have the final result function, which is the way we say route bottle dot loading string. So this is the function that read data from the JSON file, and we need to specify the JSON file key. So we go to dummy data.json product.json. We need to right click on it and copy the relative part and pass it right here and change the so we do like this. We can now read the data from the JSON file and it return the string, future string. So we need to decode this into the JSON file. So we need to say final decode data and equal to json.decode. And we need to import the JSON, which is from the .convert, and just pass the result. And if we do like this, we decode the future string to the string, and we need to return this data because we need to product list. So we need to say list of product model dot from, and in from we have the decode data, which is the data, and in the product dot map in the map we have the product item, and it's converted from the product model dot from JSON and pass the product. So if they have the error, we gonna return this error. So why we need to decode the data and specify the product? If we look at the JSON file, this is our JSON file. We have the product and the list of the product. So we need to read the data from this product. So if we write like that, we return the product list. So right now we can read the data from the product list. So next step, we gonna create the repository to provide our data item to the Bloc product. So we need to create another folder, which is the repository. And in the repository, we have the product repository. And in the product repository, we have the abstract. So always write the abstract. So we can easily inject the dependency injection and also change the structure next time so easily. So we have the abstract product repository, and we have one function, which is the future function. And in this step, I like to write the .c .programming, which is the either that we import in the, if you look at the pub.spec.yaml file, we have the .c, and this is the package that provide the .programming function. So I like to use the either, which is easily return the failure and the success. So we need to import the .c, and we call the our failure class, which is we create in the error folder and the failure. And if it's success, we're gonna return the list of the product. And also the function name, we gonna keep the product get product. And we create another class, which is the product repository implement to implement our product repository. And we override the get product. And in this step, we're gonna try again because we're gonna get data from our API service. So we need to inject our API service. So we're gonna say final product API service. And we're gonna pass it by constructor require this dot, and we call in the try, which is the final result equal to await repository dot get our product. And if it's error, we're gonna return the left, which is the failure. So we're gonna say the failure class and provide the message. So in the our failure is have the optional string message. So we're gonna pass the error to string. And if the our product is success, we're gonna return the right, which is the true value. Return the our value. And right now we done on the our product repository. We did the data from the product API service and return the if the success we're gonna return the list of the product, and failure we're gonna provide the failure class, which is the error message. So in the last step we're gonna create the block, which is the product block. I'm gonna create a new folder, which is the block, and in the block we're gonna have a new folder, which is the product block. And so to save our time to create the Flutter block and the event and the state in the our project, we're gonna go to the extension and download the block for generating the our file. So if we go back after we download the block and we go back to our project and we right click on the product.block, we're gonna see that the block and new block. So I'm gonna click on it and gonna call it product. So it will automatically generate the our block state, which is the block event and the block state. So we don't use this block package. We use the Flutter block. So remove it and just import the Flutter.block. So now we have this product block, and for the our event, we have one event which is the get product from the get product event that we gonna get it in from the our repository. So we're gonna create a new folder which is the class. We're gonna create a new class which is the get product event, and it's extend the our product event. So in the get product event, we don't have any field and property. So next step, we're gonna create the state, which is the our product state. So in the our product state, we're gonna have the three state, which is the product post state, which is the product initialize, product loading, product success, and the product failure. So we're gonna change this name. But the first one is the loading, second one is the success, and the last one is the failure. So in the our loading, we don't have the any property, but if it's in the our product success, we gonna get the have the list of the our product model, and we need to pass it by constructor. By default, it's gonna be an empty list. We need to import it. And if the our product is fail, we gonna have the string message to show the message to the our user. And it's also passed by constructor. So right now we done on the implement the our product states. Next step we're gonna implement the our product.block. So to read the data in the product.block, we need on product event. We're gonna separate the our this event to the another function. I'm gonna say it's a future void, and get is a private field, which is the get product. So in the our get product, we need to inject the product repository to read the data from the our repository. So I'm gonna inject it. And it's we need to require this from the repository. And in the here we have the get product event, which is the event, and the emitter, which is the our product state. And inside the get product, we gonna get the data from the product repository dot get product. And if the result, if we fold it, And if it's for the left is the failure and the right it is success. So if it's right, we're gonna say we're gonna emit the, if it less, we're gonna emit the product failure and left dot message, which is we got from the repository. And if it's success, we're gonna emit the product dot success state, and we pass the right dot data. So to make it readable, we're gonna change the left to the failure and the right is the product. So if it's failure, we're gonna pass the failure dot message, and if it is success, we're gonna pass the product dot product to the our product list, and we pass it to the our event state. And the event is the get product state. So right now we done on the product.block, and we're gonna go to the our UI and call the product block. So first step, we're gonna go to the main file, and we need to provide the other block. So we're gonna return the multiple block provider, and we return the child, which is the our material. And the other block is the list. So for the first block, we block provider, which is the our block product block. So make the our product easily to readable, we're gonna create a new file and inject this with the get it. So we do like this. We're gonna make our code locally and implement this some pattern, which is the singleton and the factory pattern. So I'm gonna create a new folder, which is the init dot dependency injection. So inside the init dot the dependencies, we gonna have the service locator, which is equal to our get it, and we have the one function, which is the void function, and we say init dependency. So in here, right here, first of all, we're gonna inject the our product API service, and second is the product repository, and the inject the lazy singleton with the our product block. So first of all, we're gonna some command to easy readable. Next time we're gonna register the our factory pattern right in here, right here, and first gonna say service locator dot register the factory, and the our factory is the product API service, and we pass the our product service implementation. And the second one is the product repository, and return the product repository dot implementation. And in the our product repository, it require a product service. So we already inject the register the product API service. So just call the service locator, and the service locator will find the product API service implementation for us. And the next step, we're gonna command right here, and we say register the our lazy singleton right here. And for the first dependency, for the first register lazy singleton is the our product block. We're gonna call register singleton, and we need to specify the type, which is the product.block, and pass the our product.block, and it's require the product repository, and we just call the our service locator, and it will find the product repository implement on the top for us. And so we done on the first dependency injection. We need to call the dependency injection in the our void main function, And we need to change the our one main function to the asynchronous function, and we need to bind the Flutter binding widget binding. So we need to call widget Flutter binding dot ensure initialize and call the our init. So what's init dependency right here, and let's import it. One more thing, I already import the our pretty block observer. So let's just call the block observer to observe the our provider, and we will see it. We will see the log in the our terminal and the output when we use it, and it's easily for the our for us to track the our block state, create or change the state. So you will see in the terminal later. I will show you. And if we go back to the block provider, and it's the block provider.block, we don't need to call the our block right here because we inject it already. We just say the service locator and provide the type of the block product block. So we do like this. The service locator will inject the product block to the our block provider. So right now we're done on set up the block provider for the our material app. Next step, we're gonna go to the our homepage, and in the product section, it is in the widget. So we need to change it to the our page because it will contain the block state. So in the our product section, we need to create the block consumer widget, and in the listener. So the our block consumer, which is provide the our product block and the our product states. So in the our block builder, we're gonna check if the our state is the product loading. We're gonna return the progress indicator, which is on the center. Let's just choose the default cycle progressor indicator. If the our state is the product failure, first of all, let's just check the our product is success. We're gonna check the our product failure on the listener. If the our product, if it's failure, we're gonna show the snake bar that's and provide the our error message to the our user. So if the our product is in success, we're gonna return the our grid builder that we build with that we already built, and just copy it and pass it, and just refactor it for the cleanse view. So if the our state is success, we're gonna render the our grid builder. If the our state is success, we have the product list, and just provide the our product to the grid builder and return the our product card to the UI. So make it easy, I'm gonna create a new variable which is the product, and it's equal to our product list and the index. So and pass it to the our product item card properties, product dot image, product dot price, product dot title. Product dot title is the name, and product dot rating. So right now we just edit is equal to 4. We will we will come back and do it later when we build the our ad page. Last one, if the we done if the our state is in it's not in the other state, so we need to return the size box to avoid the error. If we hard reload, and we need to restart the our app. So after we restart the our app and we run the our app on the emulator, we see that the our block observer and that we init in the our main file, and it is the block pretty that is give us the text on the console that it say that the our product is created on here. And because the our So why our product not render in the our UI? Because we forgot to call the our on get event function on the init state. So just go to our product section and convert the our stateless to the stateful widget, and we have the on init function. And we just call the our context dot read the our product block and dot get and dot add the our get product event. So if we reload the our app, so if you look at the console, it say that the our product.init and it changed to the failure. So what is failure? So we're gonna call this our scaffold.message dot of context dot show the snake bar, and the our snake bar it is the content, and just call the our update dot small and call the, so first of all we're gonna check if the state is failure. Product failure, we're gonna show the our product scaffold message. We're gonna show the snake bar, which is the state error message. So if we hold reload and we start the our app, we're gonna say the error message will pop up for us. So it say unable to load the asset dummy data. So if we go back to the API switch, in the API service, so we can't read this our asset dummy data from the product JSON because we forgot to import it in the pub.spec.yaml file. We go to pub.spec.yaml file. We go to the asset and we need to copy the dummy data path and just pass it right here. So we need to plot the pubget again. So I found the error. The error is the decode data that we get from the product is not available. If we go to the our product, it is the product with S. So just change the our API service with the product with S and return. If we hard reload it again, I think it's not error anymore. Yes, the our state is changed to product.success. So right now we done on the read data from the our API service and display it in the our product homepage, product section. So next step, we're gonna add the our product to the our product card. In the previous part that we build the our product block that manage the our product state and get the data from the our API service and display it in the our homepage. So in this section, we're gonna build the our card block that manage the our card state, and we provide it to the our card page. And if you look at the our UI design, first of all, in this scenario, in the our homepage, we're gonna click on the our shopping icon and we add it into the our cart product. And we also have another function, another state, which is the bench that show the amount of the our item that we add to into the our cart. And the in the our cart fold, we gonna analyze what the event that gonna have. First of all, we read the data that in the our card state and display it in the our UI card, and we have the on add the item into the our card and also the remove the our card, and we have the total price, which is we got the state of the total of the card price, and the last one is the our placeholder. When we click on the placeholder, we're gonna clear the our item in the card state, and that's all. That is the brainstorming that we're gonna have. In this scenario, we have the on add event, on remove event, on increase the quantity item of the our card item, and decrease the our card item also. So let's start build the our logic. First of all, I'm gonna create a new block, which is the our card block. I'm gonna say that card. I'm gonna rename this file, which is the card block. And in the our card block, we first of all we're gonna build the state. In the our state, we not connect to the our API service or repository. We just work on the runtime. So we have only, in this scenario, we have only one state. I'm gonna name it the card state. In the our card state, first of all, we're gonna create the model of the our card model, which is to store the our card item. So I'm gonna create a new file, which is the card model. So in the our card model, we don't do any much change with the our product model. Just here we have the, I'm gonna, so in the our card model, we have the ID of the card model, the name, the quantity, the price, and the image, and the product that we add into the our shop. And the last one is the exist. This is, we check when the, if we look at the our UI, we're gonna check if the our item that we already add into the our cart, we're gonna change the background of the shopping icon to the black. So this is the card of the card model, and we go back to the our card block. So first of all, we're gonna go to the our card state, and in this scenario, we're gonna use the list of the our card model. So if we use the card model like this, it will be hard for implement the our add implement the event that we can add or remove or increase the item. So for this scenario, I'm gonna show you that another type that we can build. We're gonna build the map of the ID of the our card item and the card model that we're gonna store. If we compare the list and the map in this case, I think the map is more reusable, and you will see when we build it even the on the cut block. So I'm gonna remove and just comment out this one and pass the our card by constructor. So for the startup, we just give it to the an empty map like this, and we need to add the constraint. So our card state looks like this, and you will see the functionality on the our card block. And in the our card block, we're gonna specify the card state to the our card state. So let's brainstorm the scenario that we just say before we start up building. So we have the function, event function, which is the on add the product to carts. Another function which is the on remove item from cart. And one more, and increase the product quantity in cart. In cart, and the last one is the, on decrease the our product quantity in the our cart. So this is the four function event that we're gonna have, and let's go to our cart event and specify the our cart event. So don't waste your time. I have created the mock-up of, I have created the event that we're gonna have. We have four event. For the first event is the add product to cart event, remove product to cart event, increase product quantity, and decrease the product quantity. So in the add product quantity, we have the quantity and the product model that we're gonna add into the item that we require. So also the same as the increase and decrease, we need the quantity and the product, and we require it. So if we go back to the our card block, in the our card block for the first event, we're gonna add product to cart is the our event. So let's just rename it to make it more clear. So I'm gonna say the event on the last word, so we can easily understand that is the our event more clearly. So if we go back to our card block, for the first one is the add product to cart event. This is the event, and the emitter, which is the cart state. So for the our first event is the add to cart event like this, and the functional in the our on add product to the event. So this is the logic that we're gonna do on the our on add product to cart. So first of all, we have the map of the cart item, and we're gonna add all the our state card that have in the our state into the this card item, and we're gonna pass the item by the event, and we check it if the event dot quantity is bigger than the 0. We're gonna put it into the our card map, card item map, and we return the our card model into this map. And the last step, we're gonna emit the card state and emit the card item into the our card state. So if the quantity is smaller than 0 or equal to 0, we're gonna just print the product out of stock or like something like that. So let's implement it into the our UI. So this event is at the our homepage, and if we go back to the our homepage and go to the product section and scroll down to the on tab function. So right here on tab function, when we click on the on tab function on the shopping icon, we're gonna call the contact. So in the on tab function, when we all click on the icon, when we on click on the shopping icon, we're gonna add the product to the our cart state. So this is the on add product part event that we need. We require the product model and also the quantity. So let's just give the quantity by 1 for the startup. So if we add item to the cart block already, and we need to render the item, if we go back to the our cart page and we need to render the item on the live view, so we need to wrap the our live view with the block builder, which is the our cart block, and also the cart state. So after wrap the block builder in on the top of the our list dot builder to get the item from the state, so we go to back to the our card state. So to get the item list in the our card map, we need to create the getter that get the item from the our map, and we say that the card.entry.map and return the value of the our card item in the our card map, and we go back to the our card page, and let's just call the our state dot get item dot length. We do like this, then we get the list card model if we hover on it, and we need, and to make it easy understand, I'm gonna create a variable which is the call the card item, which is stand for reference for the our card item is the card model. So I'm gonna pass this dot image card item dot price dot quantity and dot the title dot the name. And if we hard restart the our app, we're gonna see that the our functionality is work or not. So after I restart the our app and we look at the our debug console, if we click on the our So this error is that we forgot to register the our part with the multiple block provider. So first of all, we're gonna go to the with locator and we need to inject the lazy singleton for the our block card block. So in this case, for the card block, we don't connect to the our card repository and we don't have the card repository and the API card API service. We just work on the runtime. So we just register the lazy singleton of the our card block. Like this, and we go back to the our main function and provide the our block provider. So we give the block provider to the main file already. If we hold reload the our app again, if we hold reload the our app again, we see that the product block is created and it changed to success when we get the data from the JSON file. If we click on the shopping icon, we see that the our cart block is created. If we click on the shopping cart, we see that the our sushi is added to the our cart food. And if we restart again, if we click on the our cart food, it's just create the block, but in the our cart state is empty. In the cart item is empty, so it's not have any item. If we go back to the our homepage and just add the our sushi and the state change and we go to the our cart food, we see that the our food is added into the cart. So next step we're gonna build the on the so first of all let's just go back to the homepage and let's build the bench item. Scroll down a little bit of the back console and we go to the our homepage. On the cart bench we need to wrap it with the block builder and the our block is the cart block and the cart states. So we need to import Flutter block and we just call the states dot the get item dot lang. So we do like this if we hold reload. So after we start the our app and if we click on the our add item to the our cart and the our cart is have only one item. I found the issues that in the our cart states that the we extend from the card states it have the override object which is the our equectable. We need to override it, and if we not override it, the our object is not not we cannot compare the our object and assign it to the new value. So we need to override the equectable object get from and if we hold reload the our app again and if we hold reload the our app again and go to the back console and if we on add the item to the our cart, the our state is added to it. And if we add another one, now we have two. If we add it again, we cannot add the object that we already have in the our list already. If you go back to the our functionality in the our map, we have the function which is put only put if the item is absent. We just check the even the product ID, and because the our California roll sushi that we add into the our cart is already have in the our cart state item, so it's not added into that anymore. So right now on add product functionality is working fine. So if you go to the our cart model cart item, we see that we have two. So right now we cannot add or remove the item from the our cart food. So in this step we're gonna build the remove function event. which is the our remove function event. So on the remove item event function, we're gonna emit the card state, which is the empty map to the our card. So let's use it on the our, which is the on remove item and the on remove product, and we not use it. We will use it later. Let's just implement the on increase functionality first. On increase functionality, we have the event, which is the increase the product event and emit the our state. So on the increase functionality, that we do the same functionality as the our add product to the quantity, add product to the our card. So in this on increase functionality, we have the map which is the key is string and the our card model is a value. So we add all the our item that in the card state into this card item, and we check the condition if the our in the our card item have the contain the product event ID that we pass it by the event state that we call it on the UI. And if it have in the our card item, we're gonna update. So we keep the event product ID the same. We just change the card model. We return the new quantity value, which is the value dot quantity. The value is the our card model that have in the our card item, and we plus the event quantity that we provided by the on event by the our UI, and we plus both together and return it into the our card item. And the last step, we're gonna emit the new state to the our card state, and this is the on increase product quantity. So if we take a look at the our, if we take a look at the our card page, and in the our card page, we're gonna call the, if we take a look at the our card page, we're gonna call the contact.read the our card block. So I recommend always use the contact.read in the function, and we dot add the increase product quantity event, and we pass the product, which is the product model, and the quantity by one because we increase by one. So if we restart the our app, and we're gonna see if we click on add the our product to the our item, yeah, and we go to the our card, and if we increase the item, now our new state is always add to the our card block, and the item on the our UI is also reactive, and the minus not yet implement. So I'm gonna implement the total price first. So to get the our total price, we're gonna go to the our card state, and we're gonna return. So on the our card state, we're gonna have the, which is the our getter property that it return the double, and the get property name is total amount that we pull that in the our card item, and we plus it the value and the price together. We multiply the quantity and the price and pass it to the our total and return our total in the total amount. So if we go to our card page, and we scroll down to the our bottom, we have the our total price property. So we're gonna wrap the our bottom navigation with the block builder and the our card block, provide the our card block and the our card states. And in the our state, we're gonna call the our state dot the total amount. If we restart the our app and we'll see that our functionality work or not. So if we add the item to the our cart and if we go to the our cart page, we see that the our total price is working. And if we take a look at the our sushi, the $12 plus the 6 is 18. So let's say if we add the item, so the our quantity is calculated for us. So it's working fine. Next step we're gonna implement the if you take a look at our block event, we're gonna implement our on decrease product quantity in the our cart state. So on the on decrease product quantity in the our cart, we have the event which is the our decrease product quantity event, and this is the event, and the emitter which is the cart state. We gonna emit the cart state, and this is the emit. And if you take a look at the big screen, yes, this is the emit. And in the our on the description on it, we gonna have the, so on the degree product quantity, we gonna have the function like this. So this is the function on degree function, which is we have the rival map, which is our card item. We do the same. We gonna add the item that come from the our card state and add it into this map. And we have the total quantity, which is the type is num. And we check if the in the our card item that contain all the our card state item, and that contain the our event product ID that we pass it by the our event on the our UI. And we're gonna check the total quantity. The total quantity is that the our value, current value plus the event quantity. And if it, and we return the card model, which is we keep the ID, the name, the price, the image, and the product is the same. We just change the quantity, and we just change the quantity we plus. Let's say the our quantity is the our total is because it's at the same function that we're gonna pass the quantity. We're gonna pass the total quantity, which is the our value quantity plus the event quantity. And we have another function condition. We have the another condition. We check if the total quantity is equal to 0 or is smaller than 0. We're gonna remove the item product that we have in the our item out, and we emit the new state to the our card state. So let's call the in the our event constructor. We're gonna have the, which is the our decrease quantity event, and the on decrease quantity in the our card. This is undefined because it's outside. And we call it in the our event. And if we go back to the our card page and on the remove, we gonna call the context dot and pass the our decrease event. We just go to our card event and copy it. It make it very easy and fast. And we're gonna add the decrease product event, which is require the, if you hover on it, it's require the product model and the quantity. In this case, we're gonna provide the quantity is -1 because we want to remove the item by 1. So if we hard restart the our app and we see if we add item to the our card, our state change, and we go to the our item card, and if we minus, yes, it's working fine. If we remove, yes, it's working fine. If we remove, and the total quantity Total price also change. If the quantity is smaller than 0 or equal to 0, we're gonna remove the item from the our cart. So our functionality is working fine. If we go back and add another item and we add, yeah. So right now our increase or decrease functionality is working fine. The last step we're gonna build is that if we click on the placeholder, we're gonna just clear the item from the our cart that we have the on remove event. So let's just call it at the our button. So let's go back to the our cart page, and on the on type placeholder, we're gonna say contact.read, which is the our cart product block, and dot add the our remove product card event, and it's not have any property, so just add it in constraint. And if we hold reload the our app, and if we click on remove, the our state is changed to empty. Yes, it's working fine. We just add some item to the our cart and say, if we click on placeholder, yep, the our card is clear. So we just do something easily like that. So let's just say that if we click on remove the our product to cart item, and the our item is removed, and we're gonna give this snake bar that we say that if we order the item is successfully. First of all, we're gonna go to the our remove item product item, and we're gonna have the build context. Take is the build context, and we pass it by constructor. And if we go back to our cart page, we're gonna pass the context, which is the our context, and remove the constraint. And if we go to the our cart block, and so right here we have the event.context that we can say scaffold message. We're gonna give the message to the user. Dot of the context. The context is the our event.context, and dot the so snake the our snake is the simple, and we just call the our uptake dot. So in the our on remove event, we have the event dot context that we pass it in the remove at event property. And if we click on the placeholder item, we're gonna emit the empty state to the our hard state, and we just show the snake bar, which is the say that order successfully. If we hard restart the our app, so if we click on add the our product and do some functionality, it's working fine. If we placeholder, so that the snake bar is so that the our order successfully. So this is the end of the video. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.